Alright. Saguenay for the third time, and certainly not for the last time today, our starting map of this new series. Optimus is, I think, looked to him as a streamer as someone I don't have to introduce anymore, and Optimus as a staple of the German or general international Age of Empires community is also someone I don't have to introduce. If you don't know who Optimus is, you have missed out on a lot of stuff, guys. I think it's best to catch the Giggs and Heather cast of one of his games. That explains pretty much a lot of things there. So, Optimus's minimal, just for this one cast, or for the next one, because I have to set up the overlay in between. That's why. So don't get confused. We've got Optimus versus Luktum right here. Luktum starting with a casual 2-mana start. Nothing new, nothing fancy so far. Optimus on the other side. Yeah, still, wait. 150 wood. What exactly is Optimus waiting for? Is he saving his... Yeah, he built the house. Ah, he's going for the wood one, that's why. So, not saving time, but getting the TP a bit later, but saving a lot of chopping time. So the age up might be able to get up. Yeah, he might be able to get up with 14 villagers here, if he's a bit lucky. And now, look at the fact that I mentioned before. If you remember minimal versus easy, this stuff right here is how it sometimes spawns. So with the crisscrossed trade route, which first of all makes it much harder to build any kind of aggressive base in the mid, at least for lower level people sometimes. Lower level players, that is. And it also makes it harder to get a fully functioning stagecoach built here. Interesting choice here, though, to build a longhouse where Opti actually can scout whether or not Brit is going to put down a TP as well on this trade line. So great stuff from him here, in my opinion. And I think that Opti at this point is checking whether or not there is a TP coming from Brits. Jesus, discussion is going hard a bit, isn't it? Oh yeah, we see Opti taking the next treasure here, taking a bit of damage. Could have kited that one, but with the Brit Explorer being on the other side of the map, it's not too dangerous. The question is if he knew or not, though. And 100 food, wonderful treasure to take for Haudenosaunee here. Bit of idling shortly before the age up. It's unfortunate, but with the treasure attached, surely not a problem for Howder here. And the matchup overall is one of those more difficult ones. At least in my opinion. So, can you link the brackets, please? Giggs already explained that the groups are online already. Sadly, we don't have brackets yet. And ready, if you're asking for the caster, it's still me. It is MFD. If you don't know the name, doesn't matter. Just some Austrian dude who enjoys casting time from time. But yeah, the age up for Haudenosaunee is the messenger, fast edge. Are we going to see an H2 play here? MFD is the name. Yeah, not very creative names. That's why. Brits coming up. The deck is there. Terra, which quite literally translates to land, right? As a Fachidiot who only speaks German and English, I do have to ask. Travoy going forwards. Oh, passed. What? Ah, looks like it didn't. Or passed. I would translate that from German into English as, oh, he caught it. Or he more or less, he waited for it and caught it there. But he actually didn't get the snare on the Troy until now, which is a shame. A good snare on that early Troy can be so huge for any civ that how to play is aggressive in H2 against. They seem to always be crossed recently. I get your point, but last game that we saw on this map, it actually wasn't crossed. Maybe the percentage is high, but... Oh no. He's not really. Look, Tom trying to wall in the Explorer of Optimus. I mean, it's Optimus, so he's not going to stand there for 5 minutes and wait for you to wall this entire thing off, but... I think this is a serious attempt at denying any early siege damage on the tower and it making it harder for Optimus to siege the damn thing. It's a bit excessive, Yeah, last series they weren't crisscrossed. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Risotto and Chet, nice to have you here. What wall with pillars? Well, don't forget they have been nerfed, so damage-wise, it's still better to build them without pillars if you can build them properly so the damage doesn't spread. But if you take those away, a normal wall only has 1000 HP. So don't forget about that fact as well. Risotto telling tales of long forgotten times, but they were great. The ECL games overall were fantastic. The aggression from Opti here does seem a bit clumsy though, because now he's running into, with 4 musketeers, he's running into an explorer and 8 musketeers from the other side. So look, Tom, off to a great start. Only 24 villages though, so not too hard on the Vill boom so far. And I'm interested in seeing what Opti is going to make happen in this game. First shipment card was 5 villages into 600 wood probably. Or the other way around. Right? Stable up, so probably the other way around. And now we've got some Aenas out. The problem with H2 aggression against Brits is not their muskets, not too much at least, but the longbows. That is the unit that you really have a hard time dealing with. And Opti now taking the long route, just passing the outpost, losing 1 musketeer for sure here. And I'm being proven wrong, damn it. The hunting or the herding here is... even for Brits who usually have hunts that are a bit outside of the base, that is not a good job here, because if Optimus ever gets the upper hand here military-wise, then those settlers are going to be denied this entire herd over here without too much chance from Brit to regaining that easily. No need to push Brits on that map. Yeah, because you're easily out of hunts. But, oh my god, what is this? Is Look Tom just trying to wall in a safe hunt? I'm a bit out of words here. I mean, we will see if this adds up to be a smart decision or not, but it might just be a trap as well for his units at some point. Well, we see a full-on aggression build here, just units being pumped out after units. H2, full aggression versus Brits. Always seems hard to be pushed through, though. Because if you can't deny them properly, then the eco is just off the charts in comparison to Haudenosaunee especially. And we don't have a stagecoach or anything so far, so the economy for Howder is pretty meh at the point, even with the 5 vills coming in here. And now the question is, what can Opti make, or what can Opti make happen here with this kind of army pushing in? We don't have anything else, just the musketeers. So this is actually great for Opti if he fights this. The question is how much snaring and how much support will these extra few Huss be able to get in and fight that is about to go down here. Going back and forth, idling a few vills, but also taking a few shots from the TC. Look, Tom, not putting too many vills into the TC though, so not too much idle time here. But now we are exactly at that point that we talked about earlier, namely no hunts in base for Brits at all. That's literally the last 2 animals over there. And then we can eat berries. So good luck. Good luck fighting with this. The tower paying off. It sounds weird, but the tower with the walls, especially the walls themselves, might... Yeah, honestly, how much damage has that thing done so far? Oh, but now we do see Brit pushing out here, and that might or might not be a mistake. Hard to tell right now. I mean, DPS is not really there without any longbows. Musketeers are just going to die to the Aenas. But do we have enough Huss to still turn this into victory here? Huss on the longbows. All those longbows are focusing the Musketeers. Not focusing the Musketeers, but the Huss rather. Oh, but that's a lot of dead Musk already. The Musketeers here need to focus the Huss better, or the Tomahawks need to focus the Huss better to make this fight an even one. More reinforcing batches coming in, but there's no Aenas left. And now, fight is on the side of the Brit player. Brit successfully pushed out, defended this attack, and put Opti in a dire spot here, honestly. Harrison putting it in the word, and the simplest statement I can make here. Picking Brits on this map is brave. It is brave, but bravery and foolery are pretty close to each other sometimes, aren't they? And now reinforcing batches coming in from all sides, but those are Brit muskets. Oh, without any ups though. And we see the mythical 700 foot coming in for Brits on this map. Sounds scary. It is scary to see if you are the Brit player. But what else can you do in this situation? Muskets still fighting. Optimus popping 5 miners, and that's the signal. Luktom needs to retreat here because there's no chance in hell he can fight this. I just realized Opti has not sent the Carnier Horsemen so far. No ups either, so just units and resources. We have no wood upgrade so far. We have the hunting dog, surely. Yeah, we do. We had that pretty early, didn't we? Inas are suiciding. Just walking in there, all on one spot. And that is Brit losing their advantage they just had. Should have tried and just expand the eco. Just get another wall down over here probably and make that one safe as well. But now, Brit is being pushed again. The question is, how much backup force do we have here? The Aenas are doing a great job, but there are not many left. Musketeers on the field, still no ups on neither of them. A harsh fight there. But the problem is that that's the one job I think Tomahawks do pretty darn well. Fight cavalry. So the investment in cavalry here is... I don't think it's a clever one. And I don't think it pays off in this fight at least. Before, yes, because they were able to more or less even the playing field, even with so many Aenas on the fight, or in the fight. But those Tomahawks cleaned the musket mass from Brit pretty easily. And now the Brit settlers have to pull back or be killed in action. Yeah, and everyone and their mother is on berries right now, from at least for the British player. Haudenosaunee now coming in with the first infantry combat card. And now, with the Vilpool, with everything, it's actually Haudenosaunee who gets slaughtered on this side. And if they try to retreat to the left, they will find out that there is a wall that they cannot easily pass through. Reinforcing batches of musketeers. One villager that was probably sent here by mistake. I know that. Shipment points and TC points are sometimes confusing. But yeah, the entire army here being killed off again. And Luktom doing his best to survive this. What's up, Tom? Let's go. Oh, yeah. We've got some pauses in between. All right. Thankfully, we don't have those in-game. So I love that. 37 settlers to 38. So something... A lot of settlers were lost over here. And also, only 110 population space for Brit here. So a very un-Brit-like scenario to see them play without manor houses galore. I mean, we see the defensive wall over here trying to secure that hunt. But there's another ville that's going to go down. Quick question, though. Do we actually have... Come on. Yeah, at least we have steel traps. Would have been quite a disaster to not see steel traps in this situation. We have... Nope. No gang saw, and we do have the first coin upgrade. So at least those basics are put down right. But still, speaking about economy... I don't think Haudenosaunee is far off at this point. Chandler, here's my idea to buff Brits. Allow them to delete menace. That sounds absolutely crazy. There is a fairly good reason why that's not the case. But hey, make your own mod. Try it yourself. I do saw a game once, a team game, where they actually deleted all the Brits menace with mortars. What's it called? Weapons silos or something? Pulver? Oh, you know, smoke buildings. I can't remember the word, for love of God. But basically, they blew it all up and rebuilt them again, which is a huge investment, but still putting out a lot of vills. I just don't think we need that addition to the game. It's fun enough sometimes as it is. Another push. Huge one again. Musket Cav mass against mostly Cav, which is just a choice that doesn't pay off, really. At least in my opinion, for Luktom here. More Cav coming in, but where are the muskets? Okay, never got their minds. Actually, a trap being set here. And the question is, who is the trap person here? Is it actually the Brit player who will get slaughtered in his own trap? Or is it Haudenosaunee who will get cut down by these reinforcing batches? The Explorer is dead, so the 10% HP aura is down already. We have HP upgrades and attack upgrades, at least on blue here. Only HP on the muskets, but still, it's muskets against Tomahawks, and Tomahawks not that great of a musket unit. The fight still looks a bit better until the Whirlpool comes in and the reinforcing batch is on the way. And now we've got 13 to, what have we here? Again, 13 musketeers. And the only issue with this fight is that a lot of villagers... Not a lot. No. I think 2 or 3. Now 4 probably. But still, for deleting this army, still a more or less decent trade. But you have to make something happen now as Brit. And Opti is still in the game, still fighting this. And losing his 3rd army at this point. I think the 2nd time in a choke like this. The first was over here. Again, with the villagers in the fight. And I don't know. Optimus just pushed in again and again and again. And nah. It was just not enough, I guess. Resource-wise, also still far away from aging, but probably looking to do it right now with 600 coin. Might be something coming in. Yeah, Eero has more vills. They have, I think Opti has had more vills for the last 5-6 minutes or so. And, oh god, Lukto making terrible mistake of actually pushing the space. I think he feels like he's playing a fully boomed Brit. You know, a Brit that surely has the greater mass than the enemy because the economy is in a much better state than the opponents. But no, he is pushing into a fully boomed and better economically equipped Haudenosaunee player with a few lousy muskets. Also, the stats are increasingly great on these guys, so we are slowly coming into the territory where Haudenosaunee H2 army is considerably better than the musket army here from Brit. And I also miss the longbows here. If Wingardium 24, I do ask you, my friend, don't give our players any ideas. I have casted loads of walled, to the death walled games, right? Where you have longbows, walls, walls, longbows, longbows, walls. It's not fun to cast. It's not fun to watch. So even if this is not the peak of micro over here, first fights were much more elaborate in my opinion. This is much better than walls, longbows. And we actually see the age up from Haudenosaunee in this point. Look, Tom, in the meantime, getting the damage bonus for his musketeers. Doesn't have a lot to send, apart from that. Longwall's wall, best composition. Yeah. What happened bottom right? So did I miss something here? 44 villagers to 44. Then we certainly missed a big raid. Because I don't... No, wait. Look, Tom probably just built houses. No, did not build houses. Bottom left. Well... Not too much there, I mean... Or down here. That was probably where the raids happened. We will have a look at the Vil graph after this, don't worry guys. And Chandler, yeah, treaty games are something of their own. I think it's important to watch treaty games as treaty games and not turn a supremacy game into a treaty game. That is my perspective at least. Eero is out of hunt as well. Give me minutes. Yeah, another war probably. I think Luktom had some sort of care duty or something to attend to probably. But yeah, another raid coming in, and this one might be huge, and that is one of the issues with this map. The hunts are so far from the base, and with passages where you can easily cut the opponent off when he tries to retreat. Good stuff there though. Also good stuff from Luktom, keeping the cav on the villages that still continue to go there, and that dwindles down the numbers of Haudenosaunee villages quite considerably. Also, don't forget Optimus aged up with a fast age up, so the wise woman is the only option he's got there. Optimus should have walled as well. I do think that certain walls are absolutely fine here, and in this situation, putting a wall down here and just making sure that at least the cav can follow you through that would have been huge. But, oh, ooh, that's a nice snipe right there. That's a really beautiful snipe right there, and look to him trying. Score lead. I mean, with Brits against Haudenosaunee, nothing unusual, but still trying to get some damage done until the first shipment hits. And actually, it's the second big button that hits, and that might just be enough to clear this up. What shipment is coming first here? Musket Riders. He desperately needs to clear the longbowman, otherwise it's going to be a bit of a dirty fight here. But now, we see Opti fighting with Vils and making sure that no single unit of the Brit player leaves the base. Yeah, and the resources are going to help Opti to stay alive. But more raids on this side over here. We had 44 villages before. Now we're down to 34. And the Brit players in 46. So economy, much better state now for Brit. The question is, can Luktom actually take advantage of this? Can he go for those hunts on the sides and all these things? That is the big question. Because if he can't, then all is for naught. Oh, getting some hits on the musket riders, but those guys are exactly what is needed against an H2 composition that does not feature any longbows to fight them back with. Because that is just harassment on its finest. I don't even know when that one has gone down, when those walls were deleted, but this tower is surely... The walls and the tower itself is the stuff of legends now. Opti, yeah, going for Skirm, Goon Mass, perfectly fine. Score is even though, which feels weird if you're 9 vills behind. Brit has nothing better to do than sending Virginia Company at this point. Probably wants to get his boom fully fleshed out or something. But at the same time, it's a bit late to do that when your opponent's pressuring you all over the map. And that outpost is not MLT subway station / outpost / stable. That is, it's not going to save them for long if they just have to go into that one for some time. And that mass is surely enough to siege it down if necessary. Especially if we have some reinforcing units coming in here. Virginia Company over Cav HP makes sense here. Yeah, well... I can't comment on everything that comes up here, right? Cav heavy composition, just a few skirms in the back here. The question is, though, can Optimus make a good fight happen before Brit is fully boomed out and has secure hunts and has secure resources? Because Brits with fully upgraded units in H3, longbows, economy, stable, all that, hard to fight. Really hard to fight. I mean, we see double Rex production already with longbowmen in both batches. And even though there is one single Kanya, those two vills just standing their ground for whatever reason. Yeah, but Kanya tanking a lot of damage there, and the skirms tanking some more. I think if Luktom focused more on the elite musket riders, he could actually do much more damage here to the massive Optimus. Because if those guys go down, yeah, a single husk could be enough to slaughter all of those forest prowlers. And that's where the Cav HP would come in quite handy, wouldn't it? And now we see the big Cav switch from Optimus finally after 23 minutes of this game already. Which usually is, I don't think is... That's not the usual length that these games go, because Haudenosaunee Brit is often very quickly decided, at least in my experience. That's 8 elite Kanya horsemen coming in. Explorer in the back. Skirms fighting the good fight. I mean, with their stats now, 20 attack. Also, with all the upgrade cards that Opti already sent, 162 HP, they can actually stay and fight the longbowmen. Cav coming in now. The question is, what do we have as a follow-up? 5 Hus might come in clutch there if the anti-Cav is actually focused out here. Right, longbows, do your job. Splitting fire, but on every unit that's coming out. There's so a few fighting the melee Cav as well. Ah, and there we see it die pretty quickly. And now the reinforcing shipment of 6 Kanya. Yeah, Luktom sees it and GG's right the hell out of there. GG coming back from Optimus as well. And that's 24 minutes actually of Haudenosaunee versus Brit in this situation. A weird back and forth. Certainly closer than it should have been for both. I think both had the chance to play this much safer and make it much less close than it was actually in this one. But never mind. First game taken by Optimus, and well, sadly we can continue it later, but for now we have to finish off, or we have to pause this series. And we will have to switch over. Is the title fight finished? The title fight was, which one was it? Angus versus Swisher Guts and Minimold versus Easy. Those are finished. But Angusta, before you leave us, the next one that comes up is Lucas L versus Loki. And I'm quite excited that I think I can publicly state that now. I'm a bit of a Lucas L fanboy in the sense where I like the aggressiveness in his playstyle most of the time, especially Lakota, Haudenosaunee. I just like that kind of playstyle, right? And after that, if you guys are still not finished with watching Age of Empires 3 tonight, we've still got one more to come. I don't know how long have we been casting so far? 3 hours about. Yeah, easy. Let's double that number. Now, the next one is, as I said, Lucas L versus Loki. And after that, we have Soldier versus Robrot to finish off the series of this day, the cast, the stream, and the night overall. What German favoritism? I can say I'm Austrian, so it's not that. That's my secret trap card, basically, to revert that argument. Yeah, Soldier as well, playing Robrot, which should be a quite nice series in my opinion. Hopefully we don't see Spain banned there. Would really... I'm not saying that Robrot can only play Spain. I'm just saying that that is my issue here with the players banning the main series, because obviously it makes sense. But for us, the viewers and casters, not so fun, no? Because then you don't really see all the players at their best, right? Well, never mind that. Let's hop into the mid-game screen, and I will quickly put you into the slideshow again, because I do have to set up the overlay anew. But for this one, we quickly hop back to just give that first point to Optimus, officially as well. So off we are to the next one. Perfect. These are the words of jail from the forum. Thank you very much. Now, on the right side, looked on with the Germans. This time, no weird going back and forth. Never mind, I jinxed it. Does he have enough coin? He actually does. Well, then I'm not going to complain, I guess. No, he does not. This feels weird to see. What are we... Help? Can somebody help me here? What are we going for? 120 coin backed up, but... You know, nobody going for a little... I will go over to Optimus for a second. This is just confusing me too much right now. On this side, we have the settlers from Spain. Spanish being played by Optimus is always an interesting thing to see. Water 1 is the deck called. We have the most interesting things in here. Oh, Jesus. Reconquista. Archaic infantry hit points. That is the card. That is the one card that makes me go, wait, what is this? Because that is a card that doesn't pay off if you ever reach H3, usually. It is, value-wise, weird, but Reconquista, for all of you who don't know, this is one of the later cards, or one of the earlier additions to the Spanish card roster. I think it was introduced even before Marvelous Year. And it basically, it's similar to Trip to Jerusalem. You get one Conquistador for every 3 archaic units that died so far. So it's gimmicky AF. Jerry, you are absolutely right. Robot in chat, you get 10 conks when you lose rod pikes and bows. Up to 10 Conquistadors. And the thing is, this card was introduced before Conquistadors were buffed. So you need 30, you need to lose 30 archaic units for this card to fully, to reach its full potential. But the card itself is also much better than it was when it was originally introduced. Optimus doing gimmicky stuff. Yeah, well, let's say I let's say I have heard from people who were present while this game was being played that the decision was pretty freely taken here. But yeah, apparently I don't know what we will see here, but this card really makes me wonder what we're going to see already. What's the age up? The Naturalist. Look, Tom on the other side. He is going for a very natural German BO, except for the fact that, what the hell is this? I don't want to blame him or anything here, but I have happened to miss the mark here. And 700 food at the 3-minute mark can happen with Germany, but you had a treasure, you had a good start. The 120 wood here not used. I'm not a big fan of that. Do have to point that out. The quartermaster is coming up. I mean, normal water, nothing fancy here. And Optimus on the other side, taking a TP, missing this one. Surely he will. Yeah, that one is not going to go up by any chance. Some herding is being done here over there as well. And the explorer Maximilian Herder, or Maximilian Herder, however you want to pronounce it, coming up. Luktom taking the weirdest possible trading post that he could have... What is this? And why is this? Yeah, well, let's not... But nice treasure micro here from Optimus. We didn't see that in the last game, where he tanked a bit too much damage for my liking, and... you don't need to be a huge fan of this either, but I won't scold him for it too much. The treasure might actually be... might get stolen if Luktom is fast enough. He does see the treasure guardian being attacked. He just takes the wrong route, though. Yeah. Might be a treasure steal. Depends on how they play it. And the... oh, jeez. Yeah, this is going to cost him his explorer. No, Optimus got the woods. He's going to lose the explorer, but still a fun thing to watch. Are we seeing any forward base action? No, but a double in-base barracks action. That is lovely stuff. Luktom has not scouted this yet. Surely he hasn't. Nope. Does not see any of Opti's base. And Opti on the other side is going straight into into bow pike production. First shipment, 700 wood. I reckon it's going to be 600 wood after that, and then he's going to do the long march all the way over to Germany's base. Doesn't Opti play H2 Spain all the time? All the time. There's a Scottish one in that one. All the time, basically. I don't know. From Opti, I have seen a lot of stuff in the German league as well, but not H2 Spain so far. But I do think that Opti can be very... He showcases a variety of game styles. A bit gimmicky sometimes, but entertaining nonetheless. Are you in the bath, Lord Wooden? What the... I'm not going to ask. Ah, oh, Jesus. Oh, Dop's coming out now, so we might... Yeah, I mean, he saw the army coming forth, killed his explorer, so he is warned. Luktom is warned that there is a German or a Spanish bow pike army. It really sounds weird to say that. A Spanish bow pike army coming for his town, and that's why he's going into the Doppelsöldner game. The question is if the Doppelsöldner are not just going to be kited and killed here. With the pikes and the cav and more Dops might be a good fight, but he needs to have it all together. Those guys up here need to go in the right direction, otherwise this is going to be a bloody fight. Yeah, but Kalili, what a game, but in an entertaining sense. That's the beautiful stuff. And Dops just hitting whatever they can hit, but also pathing as if they are very new to the job and don't really know what they're doing. But now they got a good fight here, I think. Did we really just lose a single crossbow in this entire fight with, what, 2 Ulans and 8 or 6 Dops or something? Doppelsöldner. Doppelsöldner. I can't do everything in English and then pronounce that in German. That's the problem. Sad fight. Yeah, Dop suicide. Certainly. Jesus Christ. 4 more to take their place and to be slaughtered just alike. We will see if they have the same fate awaits them that, well, befell their brothers. But yeah, I mean, we don't have any crossbow reinforcements, which feels a bit weird for Luktom. Oh, 2 crossbows. That is a sad batch of guys. Opti now going for rods. And the problem I think Opti has right now is he's not losing units. Sounds weird, but only 1 Reconquista is a sad number for both players. To have this card's worth it right now. Opti hasn't scouted the TP. I'm pretty sure he hasn't. Nope, has not. Which is good for Germany. Certainly. Because it keeps the tempo alive, at least the shipment tempo, but the mass alone. Oh yeah. And we know a Spanish explorer standing still like he's frozen in time is never a good sign. Sniping incredibly expensive Doppelsöldners in this situation, also not too great for Germany. But now Germany being able to counter-snipe, I guess. More reinforcing crossbowmen in the back and able to pop Minutemen anytime, I guess. Nope, not. We don't have the coin. Please sell something. Ah, sell your grandmother, anything you can just to get the coin. Don't mine it, just sell it. Might be much quicker. But at least the Dops are here to save the day and take a momentarily stand against all that melee infantry. The crossbows are there, more reinforcing crossbows, and that catch is weirdly maybe just what Opti needs, but at the same time really disastrous for him. I think Germany can now take back a few of the lost resource values that are the lost resources they had before. Ah, fight still looking close though. Does not want to lose the settler wagon here. And raiding at the same time in the Spanish base. Optimus and 27 villagers and shipping the Reconquistas. So he prepared for it and he is on the 10 lost units now. So full value achieved. the only issue is he has not enough pikes. I fully agree. Should have gone for 20 more probably. But no 8 pike shipment there, apparently. But yeah, reinforcing batches, and of course those Yulins come in clutch, super clutch actually. 27 villagers to 20 though, and even with 28 to 27, that's good for Spain. It feels weird, does it, Stereo? Opti gonna be happy with losing all those bow pikes so he can actually go for the... Yeah, think about it. Those conquistadors have splash damage. It's only 1 splash damage, but against bow pike, those guys hit really hard. Tom, smurf nur noch, go. Whatever that means. Well, yeah, I'm not gonna ask. Suddenly, I didn't know Luktum spoke German, but that's another thing. Second Rex going up to provide those extra military numbers you need, and now Yulin's going to absolutely suicide themselves into a unit that they don't want to be fighting at no point in hell. Some crossbows coming in, but that's the thing. The reinforcing Yulin batches just don't seem too crazy anymore if you have that kind of counter unit. Which is being sniped awfully quickly though. 6 conquistadors left after the first engagement, and that's just fighting against some pikes. Who are spread out evenly enough. More dogs coming in though. And those are not going to be good for Spain here. Jesus goddamn Christ. Not going to be good for Germany here. And there is the GG. The classic Tom pauses to check the game. Well, everybody has their own playstyle, don't the people? But yeah, that was a gimmicky game, but a fun one. I do want to say a fun one indeed. Now the question is, we have 18 more minutes. Do we dare start? Is Soldier or Robot, are you still in chat? Because if you are still in chat, then I do want to pose the question. If it's cool, I'm pretty sure the last game is not going to take more than 20-25 minutes. Or the last game, the next game. The next game. Because then we get a game in, you can do your stuff easily. Can we do it like that? That we cast the next game of the series? And then have you guys play? Or do you want to start at that time? No questions asked. We can just wait it out too if you want to. Or just drop the cast of the Opti Luktum game and continue that one later. Sorry, Angus, I'm not going to spoil it. I have a file, or I have a folder with 5 games in there. When I say the last, the next, that's my issue. Because this is the next game, but the last game before the Soldier Robot game, and then back and forth. You see the issue. And we have been casting for quite some time. It's 4 hours and 11 minutes now. So do have to account a bit of that towards my fuzzy braininess. The Robot one is yet to come, Animus. You did not miss that one. Soldier is going to play that one. Oh, not sure he's ready. Well, then we're just quickly going to hop into the next game without too much transitioning period. I'm just going to show you the slideshow for reasons. Isn't there anyone else available to help with that? So, lower the casting standards. Sounds weird. Yeah, co-casting is something that's open to most of you. But I don't want to speak about that too much. You have to talk with Gigs, Josh, the usual confidentials about that. I'm just here to have my fun, to entertain you guys. And to just enjoy a wonderful night of Age of Empires 3, to be honest. Well, yeah, back into it. This map, one we have seen, yeah, the 4th time today now. Painted deserts, not to everybody's liking, visually or strategically, probably. But nonetheless, an interesting map as it features a lot of unique approaches, I would say. We have the Apaches, we have the Comanches, Navajos in this case, okay. We have still different, very Cav or Dragoon-focused cavalry natives here. And I don't think any of those players is going to go for them. I did see Opti go for natives once with goddamn Ottomans, so I won't put it beyond them. So if he does that with China, sure, it's Opti. But I don't think it's a classic choice here. I do think of because of the cows. Why did we play the 4th game? This is the 3rd game right now. Did I put something down there? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'll quickly have to pause that, and that's my bad then. Quickly have to pause you there. We'll cut you into this screen. That's my bad because I was one patch ahead in the sense of I just ticked off all the Civ choices for Opti. That's why we're seeing a 3-0 here. Jesus. Seems I am getting a bit sloppy. Good that this is the last cast for the night. But I'm pretty happy that we made it so far still. So back into it. Now I should really portray the right numbers here. This is 2-0. Thank you very much for shadowing. We will see about it. But yeah, the matchup itself, I actually have no idea because I don't play neither. I don't play China. I hate China. Not, you know what I mean. I hate the Civ as an opponent because I never find the right angle to approach the base, nor do I find the right timing to get the damage done that you need to do against China. So it's really hard for me to deal with them. But I do think that Aztec is pretty aggressive, can do a lot of damage here, and can get the deed done if needs be. GK, you didn't see the easy minimal game, number 3. Actually, we saw India being played there. So rewatch there if you want. Don't forget, all of this stays up here. Ah, nice treasures here. Yep, that is beautiful. Because you don't see it often that... Jesus Christ, Opti. Wang Lang, with his long... Yeah, we're going to cut that one out. But the God of Sun and the Eagle Scout pushing back a Chinese explorer is something you don't see every day, because the Chinese explorer is one of those you don't want to meddle with. Usually you don't. China without TPs, don't forget we saw that one also beforehand. And yeah, the aggro for positioning here is really problematic, because look at that. If you want to, let's just say India spawns here. If you want to go over the middle line, into that tree line, into the herds, mines, just one single unit can block an entire building spot, and we have seen that happen in professional tournament settings. It is annoying and terrible as hell for the players, and really makes it terrible for everybody. Where is that will going? Well, Opti is quite fond of long-term herding investments, I might reckon. Probably. I can't really explain it otherwise. Oh, nice. And I just saw that Lopsided Fluff is coming in as well, so we'll have him after this cast, I think. But sorry about that. Cow might have been there as well. We actually got 3 cows here that have not been eaten yet. On the other side for Aztec, we can't see any. 1, 2, 3 on the field still. Might actually be that the cows have been gathered, and those that were for Luktom more or less have just not been found yet. Luktom does see that sad little villager over there on the other side. Difficult. difficult because that one is the first raiding choice. But at the same time, you do want to put the cav, if you build cav first with Aztec, right into the base and just idle China. So, yeah, the age up is the war hut travoy. Nothing new on that front. 435, China aged up already. So, wood coming first to defend, to build up the base first and then to defend it. We saw the northern refugees here. As I said, you don't see TE export on the map without TP. It's just not a thing that's done. You lack the XP to put anything properly through there, and it's just not that beneficial if you age up and then don't have a shipment as China. Question is, village there, yeah, and H2, so he is preparing for H2 fighting. War Academy is going down. Standard army usually being trained. Are we gonna see any other armies? Yeah, even more standard army. Pike, no, that's Chukunu and Cav against probably a similar composition from Aztec, depending on what we see. Does Luktom have... He has the 9 Taputec allies? Is that good? Can't for the life of me think about... I know they are decent in certain situations, but I do prefer the Mayans, though. Pikes coming out. 6 pikes being sent, so he's going for a pike timing hard. Are we going for the summer palace, though, or are we going for the village? Because he knows the base. He certainly does. Lol. I guess Opti being happy with taking that one down. Consulate being built, though. So Consulate coming in from Opti. Yeah, that one is dancing. All those work is done. The Explorer, though, not being close to the army is a bit of a waste, because if the Summer Palace goes down, that is 240 XP. If we have the Explorer close to it, that would be 480. So I don't know if I like that. The Bandit Rider, though, tanking hell of a damage there and just, yeah, fully denying this fight over here and denying the Chukunus their easy kills on the Puma Strian, and also thereby enabling the Summer Palace says destruction in this case. He didn't die in the corner, he's just there. He's just there, he's just, you know, God of the Sun, just enjoying... I don't want to sound like an idiot, but the sun, probably. Maybe it's better in that corner. And that unit composition... Step Riders... Oh, that's a great pop there. That could actually be a quite considerable cleanup right here and then. I mean, the pikes should kill everything they touch here. The snares there and the coyotes, and they're not much worse than the Step Riders. Actually, I think almost the same. And pikes and Tontins beyond, more in Tontins behind that. This fight is great for Luktom. Did Opti just throw the damn game? I'm asking this very carefully, but did Opti just yeet everything to die simple death here? This time at least, he got it all with the Explorer, so almost a shipment and another one ready here. But ouch, that hurts. Big button coming through as well. Now the Jaguar Prowlers are on the prowl, on the hunt. The question is, what will they find once they go deep into Optimus' base? And Opti, the Rattan enjoyer that he is, going for the Rattan shields, but against this army composition with so many spears and the Jaguar Prowlers in there, I don't know if that's... Ooh. Although, now that I see it, I think Opti has carefully been focusing the heavy infantry. And now that I say it, he doesn't anymore, but you get the point. More skirms over here, or more Chukunus being picked up. The pikes doing their piking. Oh, but do you guys see what I see? If those Rattans pop down there, for whatever reason, stupid mistake, but if they pop from that village, this will be the single greatest slaughter. Right after the game, Loki versus Lucas, where the Cav of Lakota just slaughtered everything that was British on the map. Those slingers are all dead, aren't they? If Opti does it right here. Sadly, I can't... Yeah, yeah, look at that. That is exactly the spot where it's about to go down. Full HD, slaughtering glory, Rattan shields taking down a few hundred resources worth of slingers. With the one little fight. Meanwhile, Ville's tanking, denying the pike siege down here. Everything done there. Stereo. Oh, I'll never regret doing that last minute. Yeah, well, sorry, boy. That's your point. Oh, but yeah, everything being pulled back now. But still, the Rattans coming in clutch. 24 villages to 28. So economy should, theoretically, be better for Aztec, I reckon. Gimmick. Imagine betting 1.8k on Opti for 10 points to win. But look at the score. I mean, somebody had a pausing game here, I guess. I guess that looked on score-wise still ahead, yes. Oh, please don't yeet those guys into, into their certain suicidal death over there. Army is still there. Slingers are going back for whatever reason. But Opti needs to pull out a win here still. And Opti is behind economy-wise. We see 600 coin being sent through. So maybe the next shipment is going to be 9 Sapotec allies. I don't know. Let's take a quick look. Brit Consul is coming in. So some anti-cav or even units to just fight the pikes in this next one. And the next fight is going to be essential. If those get caught out here, but ooh, close. There's a little sweat. I can hear the sweat on Opti's face at the second. Because if those guys would have been caught this game, I think it's still close, but it might have been unsavable here for him. Now, the pikes being picked up here. Slinger's a bit too far in the back. Cav coming from the side, picking up more anti-cav. And now this spot, or this fight, is not going to be pretty. Especially because, the Explorer Wang Lang is standing there. Should be building disciples any second now. The way that I know my Chinese explorers. But suddenly it's almost only 4 anti-cav units surviving. But the Rattan's still doing the work because the anti-cav is slaughtering villages instead of, well, cav. Terrible fight there. Luktum losing his score advantage. Not quite yet, but has to pull back quickly. Rattans are hot. The Rattan shields are hot on the defense, on the pursuit. And the villagers, for some reason, being pulled with them. Because now it's people's matter or something. Yeah, but the Warhead probably going down. Depends on the reinforcements. Chukanu's coming in clutch. Important. Super important even. But the damage being done on the pikes. More pikes to reinforce. No real counter unit, but the pikes are all focusing Wang Lang. And the old guy can take it. He can take it all day long, and that's how they die without killing a single Rattan shield. That's what happens if you leave an Opti game, or if you leave a game like that alone for, 2 minutes? From a complete cleanup, you jump into villagers sieging the Warhuts with Rattan shields and Chukanu supporting them. Really weird situation, but I love it. How much siege do they have? 8. 8 siege. A bit extra siege, though, against all resource-denying buildings like torps or shrines, for example. Yeah, not even half bad, but let's say it's usually not your main sieging force. Except this time they were, and they were happy to do it, it seems like. Opti taking the game back score-wise as well. Now the Zapotec's, and those guys, don't forget, they are heavy infantry. Hand infantry, heavy infantry, yeah. They are a weird native variant of the Jaguar Prowler Knight. They counter everything and skirms. Skirms just due to them being melee. But the Mars alone, that is not a fight an Opti can lose here. Because he is protecting his heavy infantry that kills the Cav with the Zapotec Lightning Warriors. That awesome. I understand the frustration there from Luktom though. Because the game was in his claw, and having a win against Optimus is something not a lot of players can. I do. See? Optimus predicting the future here, apparently. Or knowing because I told Ezard and others. But yeah, getting slaughtered. Completely slaughtered out there with his army. Picked up, and now the Chinese Death Ball. H2. Maybe a bit of an uncommon sight, but still, the H2 Death Ball is rolling right into the base of Aztec, and the GG is called. That's it. Isn't the elo gap between Opti and Tom very big? It indeed is, but the first, well, that's what you fucking get for not getting China. True. This one was 1, though. I would argue so as well, but the split, the army split. Now, that one did not work out too well for Luktom. It was a very well positioned pop, and the fact that those damn villages act as shipment points didn't help either. If that was not the case, the fight might have been a bit better. Just without so many of them surviving, which is the main factor here, I think. Killing all those slingers for basically free was the thing that won this. And I'm sorry for Antaya. It did kind of spoil the game, didn't it? I didn't know, but at this point, well, looks like it did. It is indeed the last one. And 21:30, so perfect starting time for Soldier versus Robot. Did I time that perfectly, or did I time that perfectly? But yeah, for now, guys, we will head back into the transition screen. And let me quickly think about this. I'm going to set up the new overlay for Soldier and Robot, so it's perfectly clean and not confusing at all. And we will see each other in, say, 3 minutes. So don't get confused. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the main attraction tonight. Soldier versus Robot. Best of 5. ESOC Winter Championship. Group stages.